Okay, so I think from the last couple of chats, we didn't really have an intro, but hello, this is our third episode. Today we're going to talk about scams. I feel like they are a normal part of our everyday lives.
Very much so.
I mean, in business, out of business, everything. Everything's a scam, and it's really hard to tell whether something's legit or not sometimes. So I think we're going to dig into a few examples of things we've come across and talk shit on it a little bit, like how annoying these things are, but also some like tips on how to figure out whether it's legit or not and what to do when you get them.
Yes.
What was the first one? The first one was Nicole. I think you had something.
Yeah.
You see a lot?
Yeah. So at least once a year, I get a letter from a company claiming it's called like domainnetworks.com. And they claim that my URL, that our URL, smackhappy.com, is registered with them. And, being in the industry, I know darn well where our domain is registered. So what bothers me so much about this is that, all the other all the other URL owners out there also get letters like this and easily be fooled because maybe they don't remember or they don't know exactly where their domain is registered. And your domain should cost like roughly $10-15, like if it's just a normal domain like a .com or whatever.
Yeah.
And for this, they're getting you to renew it like $236, something like that.
Yeah.
So, it's way more than a domain registration should cost. So I just get so angry about this because it looks official and, I could see someone easily just, oh, I got to pay this. And then just, sending them money and like nothing's happening. So
terrifying.
Mm-hmm. You know what's really funny though about the whole thing? Like, if you think about like, okay, the process of buying a domain name or registering a domain name, it's all online.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they be sending you a hard copy of something where they could just send you an email?
Yes, very good point. Very good point. Yeah, it's all online. It happens online. You get an email about renewing, which we can touch on in a second. But yeah, to combat this, the very first thing I would say is if you're working with a web developer, just shoot them a quick email and ask them like, hey, is this real or is this legit? I mean, honestly, anything where you're like not sure if it's a scam or not, I get clients emailing me just like, hey, can you look at this email I got? Is this real or is this a scam? And I am happy to take a second and reply and let you know either way. So
yeah,
first and foremost, email your web developer.
Yeah, or honestly, most of these scams that we've seen have been around for like many years. And another funny part to it is that like they never really evolve. It's like the same text, maybe there's a couple of things changed or whatever, or the same method of trying to get somebody to pay you for something. And it's like, you could probably Google it. Like if you type in like the first couple of sentences in like any of the messages, most of the stuff will come up. Like there's people talking about it on Reddit, like where, oh, like I got this scam and, they're either like, I'm so annoyed by this or is this real or whatever. And you could probably find out just from like crowdsourcing information online.
Yeah.
And then, let's just throw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
So easy to reach out and ask someone else. Like, you don't even have to necessarily ask your web developer. They're probably the most authoritative on the subject, but even just asking another human being, what do you think? Could help guide you in a direction. But don't do what one of our clients did, which is ignore the emails about renewing your domain completely because you think it's a scam, and then letting your domain expire.
Oh, yeah.
All it takes is a quick forward. Hey, web developer, is this real?
Mm-hmm.
We are more than happy to answer that question.
Yes. Yeah. Do not think that you're bothering us with such things.
Nope.
Yeah. That's a common thing. I think we touched on it in one of the previous episodes or conversations that we had, was about like just common things like, losing Steve, your husband, Nicole, losing his domain from missing the emails and the card being expired. So stuff like that does happen.
Happens.
But yeah, it's yeah. I don't think I've seen a domain. I mean, in any of the people that we've worked with or any of the companies that we've worked with, nobody's buying like a $2,000 a year. It's never more than like $30, and that's like even a lot. I mean, in the realm of a regular old business website, you're not.
Some of those like .build or .designs can get kind of expensive, but like you said, there are few companies that take advantage of those.
Yeah.
One other tool I wanted to mention for looking this up is the ICANN lookup.
Mm-hmm.
Registry lookup.
Yeah. And if you do that lookup and you scroll down to there's a spot on there, registrar information. That gives you the name of the company. And for us, it's Name Silo, which is not the same name that was on that letter. So,
clue number 1.
Yes.
Maybe that's number 3.
Yeah, clue. Just it's a one on the list of clues. I think we talked about too at one point. Other things. ICANN is probably like the easiest one to just understand the information, because it usually will tell you the name. But if it might be privatized. Like if you're trying to figure out if it is you that owns it, and it does say like, oh, then the letter came from Name Silo. Maybe there might be some trouble figuring it out. But I mean, I guess you can also check to see if you don't pay like a service that might handle your domain, like us, like if, we're helping manage keeping it renewed and everything, you could try to find out, like based on the name, if it shows up on a business bank account, or, just seeing like how much you pay. It'd be on a yearly basis. It probably is going to be the same renewal date, because that's probably public information. So you could like deduce, like troubleshoot a little bit and look in your payments to find out like, did I pay this much already, and who did I pay?
Mm-hmm.
And then reach out to the actual company. I saw something recently too about if you get something and never click the result of you Googling a phone number. Like there are scams now where if you're like, oh, I need to look up this phone number that just called me, and you put it in and they set up some like website that appears to be like at first, oh, this is like Chase Bank, and you click on the thing because that's what the result was when you click the phone number, and then you engage with a company that's not really them. I guess that's like a newer scam as well. I don't know much about it. But.
Great. Awesome. It's just what I wanted. Another scam to watch out for.
Yeah. You know what though? I didn't put this in our list of things to cover, but I swear by this app, Nomo Robo Max, just in the realm of phone and text scams, you can submit any spam number that you receive. Like if you're like, oh, this is a scam, I'm not going to respond. You put it in here, and not only does it block it from you, but it adds it to their list, which actually does work in comparison to like when you're putting on like do not call list and the people will still call you. It has like call screening. It'll give you like different stats. Like I can see the scams like go down towards the end of the week. Like as people are like, taking a break from scamming. They need their rest too.
Hey, they have a 4-day work week.
Yeah. But that Nomo Robo thing, I have tried to enlist like a service with my cell phone provider, and I was paying like $5 a month or something. All the spam calls still go through. Like there's nothing really you can do, I think, to block it unless you actually have like a piece of software that says there's this list, check against this list and block it, and it goes through like some sort of service. So in case you need an app for your phone,
Good to know.
yeah. What other scams do we have? Business registration, was that one?
Yeah, both Heather and I have received this. Did you want to explain it a little, Heather?
Yeah, so business entities all have to register, right, with your local government, whatever that means in your area. And that's all public documents, which is delightful. So every year, like clockwork, when my business registration is up for renewal, I get a letter in the mail telling me that I have to renew and I only have so many days, and it's on like pink or red paper, and it's big and scary, and it's like 4 times what my actual renewal fees are with the state. I think they sent it to me like twice within that 30-day window leading up to the renewal date. It's very official looking. They have all of my business registration information, and I just have to give them hundreds of dollars, and they'll register my business for me for a stupid fee.
Does it also have a seal on it to make it look official?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the one I get also does. Because it looks like it'll look really legit. I'm like, this can't be right. There's always something off about it.
What? Well, no, maybe I answered my own question before I asked it. I was thinking, why aren't these people like marketers? Because they'd be really good at marketing
They probably
things.
are.
Well, maybe, but I feel like it's too hard to be a marketer. I mean, you could just straight up lie, right?
Are you telling me that this should be our side hustle?
Yeah.
Scamming?
We should be professional scammers. No.
We could come up with some good ones.
True. But it's like you think like something I thought about the other day was how am I, well, that's not a good question because I'm probably on a bunch of lists just in general because everyone's on a bunch of lists that get sold and whatever, get leaked. But like I'll continue to get mail that's not even for me. That's like for my grandmother who has passed away since I don't know, I was like 5 or 6 years old. And I'm like, why is someone still sending this? And I don't know, but it just seems like they last forever, like these scams. And they don't change over the years. It's just weird.
We've been at our address for more than 10 years now, and we still get mail for the previous residents, like bank statements and college alumni information. And I can't tell you how many times we've returned to sender, like not at this address. Still continues to show up.
Oh, gee, another broken system added to the list. Okay, so I've never seen, I mean, I'm not a business owner, but I've never seen the business registration. So you said that they have like seals and stuff, like they go to that extreme, like where.
Yeah, it says it's like from a government department, like in the from address, and it's got like a seal on it. The first one sometimes is like white, and the second one comes like it's a late notice. Like it's all red and angry. Anyway.
I wish I had that much time. That's how I couldn't be a scammer, because I would be like, this is too much. I don't want to do this. I have to invest in a stamp. I don't want to do that. No, I mean, I imagine it's probably like thinking of some of the it's not really related, but some of the documentaries I've watched about like scams, like there were whole like call centers that were dedicated to like I can't remember it exactly, but it was like a fake police scam. Like, oh, like, they called a lot of elderly people and were like, oh, do you want to donate $20 or something a month to, like, it goes towards the police. And it never went towards anything. It was just, they were just taking people's money. And they would send them things like a sticker, like you would put on your car or your window or whatever. And, oh, if you put it in your window of your brick and mortar shop, like, you're going to be like respected by the police. And I don't know, it was just this whole thing. But I mean, there's like whole call centers and whole companies that like scam. I guess it must be money making. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
How about that photography one that we get all the time?
Oh yeah. Yep. You have copyrighted images. We have identified this image, and it's like some random.
We're going to sue you for your copyright infringement, or your infringement upon our copyrighted images. Yeah, big scary emails from official looking lawyery people.
Yeah. And the thing I think that makes it scary, that one, for people that don't know, like, you can have copyrighted images and copyrighted text where someone, if they do have, the intellectual property or the license, they own the licensing to it, you can get sued. But I remember, like, who was like the first famous, I don't even know if that's like a real thing, but I just remember whenever I was growing up, somebody would always be like, oh, Getty Images. Like, if you rip a Getty image, like, they can, sue you, and they have legitimate, cause to do that. I don't know, but it always makes me wonder if, because of those things, it seems like it's much more likely to be a true email when it seems like legit, like, oh, like, we're really nice and everything, and we're just letting you know you need to like swap this or we're going to sue you or whatever. And I don't know, maybe people pay the fees, but it is always the same one.
Same script.
They
just link to a random image.
Yep. One way that we were talking about, so whether it's phone a friend or phone your web dev or whatever, or email your web dev. Don't call me.
Never call.
Text or email. But anytime you have pictures on your website, like, I'm going to say most web designers, whether you're a freelancer or not, you're part of a company, you're usually getting images either from like a free, Creative Commons license website. There might be rules like where you have to link to, the artist or the photographer, or, you attribute them in a caption or something. But a lot of the free stock websites now don't even want you to do that. They don't, there's just random a bunch of pictures. Or like with Adobe, they clearly state like licensing terms. And if you get something like that through your web design company or your web developer, it's always going to have a legitimate license. Like, you can trace it back to something, you have a receipt for it. And I think not that, we did have a client recently who kind of got a little freaked out because I think they might have complained about more than, like, whoever the scammer was complained about multiple images. And they actually had, even though we kind of went over this similar stuff, like with the scam thing, they still wanted us to remove all of the images from the site and kind of like start over. Which is fine, but it's like, not always necessary that you have to do. Most of the time isn't necessary that you need to replace the image. But if for some reason you were questioning it, you can either save the picture that's in question, so usually link it, or screenshot the picture and do like a Google image search. And you'll be able to see, like, I think it'll give you like, oh, exact match or, similar or whatever. If it's a public stock image, it'll show up right away and you can see clearly like, oh, it's from like Pixabay, and they don't care whether we have a license or not because it's like a free, Creative Commons. So, you'll be able to tell pretty quickly, like, if it's a for real thing or not, which it's probably not. But
the other image tool I use all the time is TinEye, Tineye. It's a reverse image lookup, so it'll tell you where the original image came from. So even if it is like an image that's been circulating out there forever, it can go all the way back through history to show you, the origins of the image. But that one is very quick to be like, oh, this is from Shutterstock, or you can find this on all of the different stock photography websites.
Fun. I've never used that before. I'll have to try it next time I get the opportunity. Because I'm sure there will be several like tomorrow. Copyright emails. I remember I was going through my dad's stuff, like, after he passed away, and he had a whole folder of like saved PDFs of like, copyright, you infringed on this image. Like, I wonder, I can't ask him now, but I wonder why he saved them, like, just in case. So I guess maybe that's also something you could do, is just save them in case something were to pop up. But I don't think anything ever happened. Never got pursued for any of those really scary, threatening,
official sealed looking envelopes, threatening letters.
Yeah. I do think that they did come in the mail. Some of them did come in the actual snail mail. So
the price of stamps these days? No way.
Really, truly, anything that is snail mail and you don't know what it is and they're saying you owe something or whatever, like, pretty much guaranteed it's probably a scam.
Dude, even some of the medical bills I receive, because, it can be from like the doctor or the building or the service provider that you visited. Like, some of those look legitimately scammy, and it takes me, some sleuthing to make sure that this is real.
Yeah.
This is actually a bill that I owe. Anyway, I don't know what our society is coming to, but the scammers are too good and the real people look fake.
Yeah. Yep. Anyhow, I think we might have covered scams.
Yeah. It's a good chat.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Yeah. Happy July. Nope. Happy July. Happy third Wednesday of July. Do. End recording.